What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Three View. Today, we are joined by Great Falls Americans head coach Greg Sears. Greg, how's your summer going?
Oh, it's going great, Brett. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, of course. So we'll just jump right on into things. Last year, you guys obviously had a successful season, and we'll first start off by touching on your playoff series with Sheridan. Your very dramatic series. Game three ended 1-0. What did that series say about your team's character and their drive that they had all year long?
Yeah, last year's group was a special bunch for us. Just a really good group of kids overall. A mature group, quite a few, older kids. But just to come back in that series after we lost game one on the road, just kind of showed that the kids were in it together. There's not much coaching at that point of the season. It's just, kind of who wants it more. And we were able to keep the puck out of the net and advance to the final.
The Frontier division was a tight battle all season long, and it came down to the wire of who was going to lock up what playoff spot. How did you kind of keep your group calm and maintained throughout that final stretch?
I think the year prior had a lot to do with it because this was an experienced group, and we had to 2 years ago we had to win our way into the playoffs, and we had a really good like last 10 game stretch. So the guys that came back last year knew that, and I think we peaked at the right time this year. And the Frontier's tough every night, and we had a lot of hard games down the stretch with Bozeman and Badlands and Helena. So I think that prepared us at the end of the last year to kind of make that run.
And when you guys are going into those must-win situations, what is your message to the locker room to kind of rally the boys and get them ready for such a big game?
It's on them at that point, right? Like we hope to prepare them for those situations that they're ready to go, and obviously there's a little motivation there from us, but when it comes down to do or die, you just hope to put your team in a spot where if they perform, they're going to have some success, and I thought we did a good job of that last year.
And when we look at last year's team statistics, you had six players who averaged over a point per game. How important was having that depth scoring throughout the year?
Yeah, it was awesome. Like, I mean, our depth has always been pretty good here. We traditionally run four lines of players. We're not, if you're an American and you're in the lineup, you're usually playing a regular shift, and we kind of pride on that. We're not a team that's gonna double shift our top guy nonstop, and I think that helps us in the long run, and it also gets a lot more kids looked at, which is what they're here for. So, we kind of take pride in that.
And did that scoring chemistry start from the beginning, or is it something that kind of the players built up over time?
Yeah, I think it was built up over time. I mean, I think we had third line guys with 40, 50 points,
Mhm.
which is pretty impressive. And yeah, it just, as a chemistry, as kids got chemistry and, season progressed, I think confidence came with that. And the older guys kind of did what they should have done, which was, lead. And a lot of those guys with big points were older players. And hopefully that wears off on some of the guys that can return.
And you talked about it. You'll have some guys that do return. How do you use falling to Helena in the division finals as a sense of motivation for next year? Especially knowing that Helena has represented your division at the Fraser Cup, consistently for the last few seasons.
Yeah, obviously they're a really really good program. It's just hopefully a little bit of motivation of getting there, getting back to the final was nice for us, and kind of taking that step after a couple years away from it. But hopefully there's a little fuel there. I think we could have about a dozen guys back, that played in that series. So. It's not just them. This division has been really good the last couple years, and we know we're going to get a hard game with everybody we play. So it's exciting time to be a part of the Frontier, just based on that. It didn't always used to be that way. So
And for those returning players, what do you think was their biggest takeaway from the series that you think that they could carry into next season?
just the level of play, like in those games. I mean, uh, they're next level, right? It's kind of the regular season, and then it ramps up, and the product that Helena puts out there has been awesome, and try to match that level and be right there in some of the games. Is proud of our guys, and then obviously those guys get to compete in that atmosphere. Not only our rink, but that at Helena in the final is unlike anything I've seen in this game. So just the motivation to try to get back into that scene. Um, it's just I think a lot of that will carry off into this guy or these guys' season if they were in that series.
And as we look at your roster for this upcoming year, is there anybody who kind of sticks out to you in terms of returning players who you expect to have more of an impact this upcoming year?
Um, I think we're most excited about. We're excited about our rookie class coming in, but guys like Fisher Hannison, Keegan Hansen, our decor is pretty much intact with the additions of some new guys, and then a couple of big names up front, and Cooper Klaus and Gavin Dennis that will be back. That finished the year really strong for us last year. Pretty excited about that.
And for those rookie players, what kind of mentality are you trying to instill right off the bat from day one so that these players are successful throughout the season?
Yeah, this is just an opportunity to get better every day. The guys come put the work in. I know it's kind of cookie cutter, and a lot of coaches say the same, but um, it's our league is opportunity for these kids to get to the next level. But they know there's no magic potion. They got to come work hard and put the time in, and the guys that do that get a shot. So that's what we expect. We expect our guys to come in and be ready to go and understand that this is pretty good hockey. So, I guess we'll see.
And is there any one team in particular that you're most excited to play this year?
No, we're excited to play them all. I'm not falling into that trap.
All right. Well, thank you so much for jumping on this call today, and good luck this upcoming year.